Hello, hello, hello. I'm so sorry if you've been waiting a while. I've got a little pop socket, that's what I'm resting it on. Okay, so it's like 1:15 in the UK. Let me just make sure I don't double loop with the sound. Thank you so much. And if you give me like that, the pillows, right? This one would be cool. Thank you. Right, I've got some exciting news to share. Obviously it can't go outside of this. Hi, if you're watching on Patreon as well. So I will be able to see your comments if you comment there as well. I just read my emails coming back from San Francisco. And basically, I've shared with you about the TV pitch that we did. It was for Curve Media, and it was for basically Channel 4 on Netflix. Hi, Sarah. Channel 4 on Netflix. And hi, is it Glenn who's watching? Let me see. Yeah, Glenn. Hello, Glenn. Right. So Channel 4 on Netflix, that's kind of up in the air still. It's still going ahead, but I just don't know who with. But also, there's another TV production company. And they're really interested in the stimming. And we met them, and they were very interested. You know, it's the picture I uploaded on Patreon of, you know, Sherlock and everyone in the back. They were very interested in stimming, and they were looking at BBC 3, so online only. They got back to me, and the commissioner liked it so much that they want to give me, and the reason I'm shaking it is because it's my show, for BBC One or BBC Two. So if you're in the UK, you'll know what that means. You'll know that's a big deal. So my heart is like, yeah, because this is going to change my life. And then that means that one day, everything that I put on Patreon will be for free. Because I'll have a salary. So what I'm trying to say is thank you. I'm not there yet. I'm not getting the wages yet. That's why I had that nervous breakdown the other day, and I've had to like repair bridges without, by the way, which I'll talk about in a bit. But it's almost over, and what that means is that I will be, if people think I'm helping them now, I'm so sorry. You've not seen anything yet. If I'm helping, really think about it. This is what I've said. This is what I've said to the National Autistic Society. I said, you should be ashamed. This is why they don't like to work with me. I said to the National Autistic Society, you should be ashamed. I was like, look what I've done on £300, this Autistic Community Pride. 300 quid with chronic fatigue, a disability, and I'm autistic, yeah? Look at what I've done, thanks to crowdfunding, with bare minimum, just us two, and you've got a whole workforce of staff and you turn over millions. What is your excuse for not putting the money into researching our health, into building community peer spaces, safe spaces for autistic people to meet and greet each other? That's why they don't like to work with me. Because people are like, you're threatening. Of course I am. I'm threatening your ego of that you think you're doing a good job. That would hurt anyone. But at least I hold myself to account. Like, I find it hard to accept gratitude on agony orty because ultimately I'm not really helping people in the now. People who are harming themselves, people who are thinking about killing themselves, yeah? Those kind of things, that individual help, that really, it eats away at me. I'm so thankful for all of the gratitude you give me, but can you see, there's so much more work to do. And someone said to me, was it Liam, was it you who said this, that you can't help yourself if your bucket is empty and all shit like that, but it was something more profound. It was like you can't share if you haven't got, I can't remember. It's really profound. I'm just asking you to trust me, you know? And I know it's hard for this community to trust because we've been burnt. We've been burnt, haven't we, so many times. I'm not going to do that to you. I'm not. And I hope that speech in San Francisco proved that. Because I was on stage in front of 400 to 500 people who, like the senior vice president of Visa, you know, the card that literally everyone has, was that. She came up to me and she hugged me after. But I'm not going to compromise. I'm not willing to compromise on what the autistic community needs. Ever. And this is what I said to them when I was, you know, after my breakdown. And when I was like, you know, you've got to really look at who you're putting on that stage. Because I don't think you know who I am. I think that you think I'm a vlogger who does cute little videos, which, you know, the What's That series kind of is. But I'm an advocate, firstly and foremost, for this community. So that means if we're not being paid, I'm going to speak out, because if I'm not being paid with my platform and my visibility, then the rest of my community, they're fucked. Because if I'm not getting paid, how on earth can they advocate? It's, you know, so that's what I'm saying. I'm not just saying I want to be paid. I'm saying every single speaker should be paid. You know? And I said to them, look, you can either pay me minimum wage to say all this for you now, or you can wait until I've got the show with BBC One or BBC Two, which I didn't know then. No, I said BBC Three or Channel 4 Netflix, and you have to pay thousands. But I'll still be saying the same thing. So it's your choice. So I was like, work. It's hard. It's hard talking like that, but these people are business people. I'm not. So I had to really stand my ground. This is who I am, and I'm not willing to compromise my integrity over this. Because I said, look, there are people in my community dying, okay? And I get messages from them every other day. I don't want to be here, I don't want to be here. I can't pay the rent, I'm broken because my employer doesn't want me because of this. And I'm sick of it. So no, there's no time to compromise. That's what I said to them. So they now know who I truly am. And I was like, oh God, they're not going to work with me. They're not going to want to work with me. And I said, look, if I'm too hot to handle, I'm okay to walk away from this, and I'll take the long route. And yeah, it'll be harder. It will be. It means I have to wait years to make some of the connections that I made at that event. But I will do it. And they were kind of shocked at that. And, you know, I said, you can come back to me when I've got my TV show. Or you can build a partnership with me now. But a partnership means communicating and understanding what we both want and both need. So I was very clear. I hope. It was the first time I had to advocate for myself in that way. And they still want to work with me. They still want to work with me, I think. So it was worth it. I was risking everything. But anyway, so yeah, the next week, I guess, is going to be processing everything, trying to catch up with requests that are coming in, trying to stay on track with jobs I already have to do. It's like a podcast that I'm recording with Thomas Geisler. That's coming up soon. I'm really jet lagged at the moment, Thomas, so bear with me, okay? Bear with me. And I've got thousands of messages. It's thousands across the different platforms. I'm really struggling with. So bear with me. But with a TV show comes help, yeah? I want to make sure, they call me talent, and I really don't like it. What they've done is they've gone the other way around with me. Usually what they do is they create a show. This is the way they usually do it, and they have told me it's quite unique the way they've gone around it. Both of the companies have. They pitch a show first, and then they look for the person. Who's the best person to present it? Yeah? So with me, both TV companies have found me, presented me to the commissioner, and then given me the freedom, really, to say, yeah, this is what I want to do and this is what I don't want to do, to really shape the show. So It's not like they've got a show and gone, oh, agony ought to be great for it. It's no, they're going to sculpt and make a show for us. And the stimming one's going to be great. It's going to really explore like the politics of body movement and look into the neuroscience of it, and look into how it can be therapeutic, and look at how it's been stigmatized. There's lots of different beats to it. That's what they call it, beats. So and then the Channel 4 Netflix angle is more me being an agony auntie, agony aunt to anyone and everyone with mental health difficulties. So that'll include so many different intersectionalities, because I've said to them, I'm not interested in just helping white, rich, bored people. I want to help lots of different stigmatized groups. So both avenues are quite exciting, and now they, as TV companies, are going to have to battle it out over whether it's possible to do both, whether I'm going to have to do one at a time. You know, this is exciting stuff. This is like, pinch me, I need to wake up stuff. I can't share this publicly yet, and I trust you. I trust you to not be sharing this anywhere. Yeah? I really do. It's so vital that you don't. But I will be able to share it, I think, in the next month or two. It will be quite a few more months I can share it publicly. So I'm going to be updating you as I go along, if that's okay. If you're interested, I'll be updating you on whether it's BBC, whether it's Channel 4, whether it's Netflix that we get the show with. Oh, this doesn't seem real. The words that are coming out of my mouth don't seem applicable to me. It's going to take a while to process, Bo. Bo's my cat. Meow. I don't give a shit. Do you, Bo? Meow. Hey, Bo. No shit's given. So, right, yeah, are there any questions? Let me have a look at the ones from Patreon coming in. One sec. Naughty funds. So, San Francisco. I still can't believe we even went. I cried so much. When we went to Harvey Milk, his shop, Castro Camera, if you don't know who Harvey Milk is, he basically sparked the gay revolution. He was like a key figurehead before he was assassinated. First openly gay elected American official into office. And it was in the city of San Francisco. And I met Steve Silverman, the author of Neurotypes. I hugged him. I asked if I could touch him, because not everyone's good with touch, are they? And in the pictures, I'm leaning all over him. But I did ask. I always ask. And I explained to him that this is my version of the hugs, and this is how I communicate basically love and affection. Can I tell you about Steve Silverman, author of Neurotypes? Basically, he's given us the green light to be advocates for ourselves, to say, hey, this is our history, this is the anthropology, basically, of autism. This is what we've been through. This is the crimes that we've survived. These are the pressures that we're facing today. This is the diagnostic criterion, the way it's evolved. Yeah, it's all there. Steve gave it to us. It took him 10 years. And he spoke to autistic people. It's full of autistic people's accounts. Papa Steve has got, he doesn't realise. He will, but I think he's starting to. When I spoke to him, like, he was really surprised. I'll show you some photos in a bit where his face is just so surprised, and in that, it's because I'm telling him the impact that he's done for the autistic community and how he's helped us. And his eyebrows are like that because he's like, oh, it's so kind, but I've not done much. I'm like, you saw us as humans, as not broken. And you dedicated 10 years of your life to us, Steve. So, I call him Papa Steve all the way throughout. And I think it started to sink in for him, but it baffled me that he wasn't. He's so humble. He wasn't aware. I said, you gave me the green light. You know, I saw so much of myself in this book. You gave me the ability to advocate for myself because there it was, validation. And he's coming to the UK again, so we're going to see him again soon. And he is a true autistic ally. He really is. Thank you, Tom. Sorry, it's when I get a bit nervous. It's really annoying, isn't it, to listen to? I've listened to it back in my videos. It really angers me, so I apologise. Thank you so much, Thomas. Self-love, joy, life you've earned and deserved. I see, I don't think... I've got imposter syndrome big time. So I'm like, oh, BBC One, BBC Two, oh shit. Why am I on a stage in front of Microsoft and Adidas and the vice president of Visa and now Twitter are going to fly me out to speak to the head of fucking Twitter? Are you kidding me? I've got imposter syndrome big time because autistics have been saying this for ages. Autistic people have been saying this for decades. So I'm not meaning to frustrate you, but a little bit of me is, why me? You know? I'm taking it with gratitude, don't worry. But I'm always saying, you know, don't just speak to me. You'll hear me say it. Don't just speak to me. Speak to other autistics. I'll say it every single opportunity I can. You know? Because it's not right for it to just be me. Oh, and plus I'm excited to get money because that means I can share my platform better. That means that I can host conferences and I can fill it with you. And I'll open it and I'll end it as the keynote speaker, but it'll be full of autistic people back to back. Ooh, yeah, Julia, thank you. I will email you. If you could email me at agonyauti@gmail.com. I've got jet lag at the moment, so I'm just in my excitement sharing this with you. Give me a few days and I will get back to you. There's a lot going on and there's a lot of exciting conversation to be had and I want to facilitate it. I can't be the mouthpiece of it all. And that's the kind of show I'm building up to. You know, like Graham Norton has a show. I want to host a show where I invite autistic and neurodiverse people on every week. Talk about, you know, talk about issues and politics and welfare, and then also be able to show off our talent as well. So it's a balance of everything. It doesn't just become a tokenistic guinea pig show, yeah? We could be really seen. Because this is how it works, okay? And this is what I'm doing. And this is what I've always been doing. I studied this at uni, okay? And I've been applying it to Agony Auti and to the autistic community. Number one is visibility. You need visibility first. You can't even begin a community, you know, without visibility sometimes. That's why the autistic community's been struggling. Because you can't see each other. If you can't find each other, how the hell are you supposed to begin a community? Number one is visibility. So that starts with, hi, I'm Agony Auti, I'm Sarah. That means that sometimes I melt down and overload. And yeah, I can talk and talk and yab and yab. And sometimes I'll retreat for weeks and you won't see me. Yeah? Visibility means being honest, showing what autistic people look like. That's what I've been doing for 2 years. Number two, after visibility can come community. And the community has been coming way before me. But visibility comes in just being open and being able to talk and being present within your community, on TV, within culture, yeah? And we're invisible. We are, but the funny thing is we're also not. So we have a lot of culture to reclaim. Number one is geek culture. Geek culture is us. It's intrinsically about us, by us. You know, shy, quirky person that a bit awkward at socially communicating, but go on about the special interest. Not often good at tech, yeah? Huge stereotypes, but it is a section of our community. But after community, then comes your politics. Because once you've formed a community, once you've had that visibility, you've got your community, then come your politics, because it's people power. And Agony Aunt at the moment is only doing well, and I really mean this. I don't mean it to degrade myself, but it's true. I can see the bigger picture, which is surprising considering they say that we don't. But it is riding on the wave of people power, which is you. As corny or cheesy as that may sound, it's true. Without you sharing it, agreeing with it, going, yes, preach. Why would they care about me, Sarah Jane Harvey, an English girl that until 2 years ago no one had ever even heard about? Look me up, no one heard about me. So that's how movements start. This is a civil rights movement. This isn't just, oh, she became famous. This is a civil rights movement because everything I'm talking about is civil rights. And now BBC and Netflix and Channel 4, they want to give me a TV show. I'm going to go away and process this. Yes. This sounds so much like a manifesto. It's great. I can see one day this video being looked back at. Oh my God, Glenn. This is where I set out my plan when my TV career started while wearing a pink woolly hat, yeah? Oh yeah, I'm so down to earth. Like, some of my best ideas and revolution ideas, I've had like those eureka moments in some of the most working class situations, because we're not even working class. We've only just become working class. We were on the benefit system. Yeah? Now we're self-employed. So now I guess we're working class. And some of my like kind of eureka moments, like the What is Awesome to You video that got 3.8 million views, that came in like a cafe, a little cafe that's like round the corner. And it's great where you can draw sources of inspiration from. I draw a source of inspiration a lot from TV sometimes as well, especially from some of the Disney cartoons. God, and the superhero analogies, definitely. Oh, they're a huge part of autistic culture that needs to be reclaimed, and neurodivergent culture. So your light sensitivity and, you know, having different sensory perceptions and not being able to control them, freaking you out, and then having to find other superheroes to gain that, you know, visibility. With visibility comes power. It's all one huge analogy. Like, it's so obvious to me. Stranger Things is another one with 11. And don't worry, I know the difficulty with fetishizing or romanticizing a group, but it is cool to have metaphors and analogies in a culture where we're not open, and that usually does happen before a culture or a community come out with that visibility, going, hey, we're here, we're valid. They will often literally cosplay or present their neurodivergency through metaphors and analogies. It's very clever. But now it's time to claim it. It is. It's time to claim it, because superheroes are doing absolutely fantastic at the moment with Marvel. Yeah, that's us. Tech is doing great at the moment. That's us. So it's cool to take some credibility, considering they're trying to ban us from fucking driving. Because they consulted with criminal forensic psychologists, which are the worst people to consult with, because they would have presented like this. Out of most of the data we can see, it's autistic people who are in collisions and autistic people who are running. That's the data, that's the biased data they would have presented that we're now facing in the UK. So, fuck this bullshit. I'm going to get my own TV show and I'm going to counteract it. Sorry, I've picked up a bit of San Fran since I came back. Civil rights movement. Yeah? Oh, but the stress. Yeah, the stress. This is it. I'm on here because I'm stressed. Oh, don't say these things. Oh, but do. But when I say don't, I mean do. Oh, you're so kind. You will continue to educate and inspire on bigger platforms. And then Emmy has put, this means everything to me. You're my voice. I'm not able to speak for myself, but you speak for me. So thank you. But Emmy, one day you will be able to. You will, because these communities, they start with like emerging figureheads, and I never thought I'd be one of the many that are there. But we are often very passionate and we dedicate our lives into sharing whatever we gain. At the moment, we're still grappling to gain it. But I've been talking to other advocates about what's going on with me. Only a few. I'm saying to them, get ready. Get ready, because you're going to be on stage with me. Get ready, because you're going to be on this show with me. Because everything you've dedicated your life for, please don't think I've just barged in the last 2 years and I'm just going to take it all for myself. So they're excited, they're waiting. We need to form. As a community, we need to form, and that means sharing your power. I ain't got it yet, and I'm wanting to share it already. But it doesn't mean sharing it. I need to get the staff to help me share it. So, yeah, this is a manifesto. You're damn right, Glenn. Thank you. I'm pledging. I'm making some pledges right now, aren't I? In a few years, I'll make this public. Not now. Let's just see how it all pans out, hey? And in a few years, I'll release it. Because I've got you to keep me true to my word. And I want to release it in a few years to say, because I don't want to throw it in people's face. This is what I'm going to do, like I'm a politician. I just want it to seem like it's just naturally gliding out. And then, like, a few years can go by and they can go, oh, that's what she always set out to do. Cool. You know? Be like a nice little thing, maybe. And it'd be good for me to see how far I've come, maybe. Yeah. And I'll be watching it thinking, damn, but I've still not set up that foundation trust. Damn, but I've still not set up that charity. You know? I just threw them in right now at the end. So that's what I also want to do, Glenn. I've given myself 5 years for this, but with the money I make, because I'm thinking I'm going to be able to make a bit of money in the future, which is baffling to me, because all I need is enough for a house, enough for travel, enough for education, enough for healthcare, which is a lot, enough then my parents and things like that. But then the rest I want to basically put into the community, and the best way to do that is to build a trust, not a charity, a trust. Because what a trust can do is give out grants. Literally, I'm going to be giving out money. So, it's going to be like where people, if they're in burnout and their employer doesn't cover for benefits, which should be illegal, by the way, until we get it to be in law, you can apply for a grant, and we will cover so that you can pay, you know, your rent and your bills and stuff. Because I've been in those spots, and for me, there's not a trust of an organisation that covers that. So that's a gap. I'm not going to create a charity that does the same shit, okay? That's a gap that'll be really useful for, and it recognises autistic burnout as valid, and autistic overload and autistic trauma, where the employers aren't. And also the trust would then get in contact with the employer to let them know, we are basically looking after your employee, because you won't. And then we'll make them aware of your rights and stuff like that. Don't you think that would be a great trust? Can you please give me some feedback on that, actually? Because that's just an idea I had. And it's my next dream. Oh, Agony Away is nothing. You're so cute. You all think I'm here for a TV show. TV show, like, stepping stones. Agony Away is blog. Then you get the TV show. With the TV show, you get visibility and a little bit of power and some money. Then you get to share it. That's when I get to do the trust. There won't be me applying to the government for grants, applying for approval, having to compromise what my services are, because I don't have to do that now. I've created my own goddamn thing, and I am targeting the autistic neurodivergent community, particularly because you all don't. And I'm giving them out the grants so they can either, and we'll do getting into work things. If you want to get into work, we'll help you with your uniform, we'll help you with your travel, we'll help you with the cost of the interview, we'll give you interview prep, and we'll pay for you. We'll give you money so you can experience the VR interview services. This is the trust I am going to do. This is my goddamn manifesto, Glenn. You are right. People are so self-aware. Sometimes I'm not. I bounce off your comments. Do you see how your comments feed my lives and shape them? Yeah? When they're not there, I'm like, I don't know how to respond. So yeah. I'm gonna get going. Yeah? You like that idea, Amy? Thank you. I'm so glad that you think it would help. Let me see what you're saying here on YouTube. You love this. Awesome. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Julia. I see, there's the thing. You don't know all this, but in November, I tried to set up a community charity, a CIC. And it's just so overwhelming. And we need about 10 staff. We need some money already, and we don't have it. So this is my plan. I'm going a slightly longer route, but it gives me a lot more autonomy and control, which means I won't have to compromise who I'm serving, which is primarily the neurodivergent autistic community. You know, because I'll be putting my own money in it. If you're putting your own money in it, they don't give a shit. It's when you're applying for other people, you're compromising constantly. And I was like, this won't do. This won't serve anyone. So yeah. But it still has to be like overlooked and overseen for ethics and all sorts. Absolutely, that's not a problem. But it'll be basically funded a lot by me. People are gonna think I'm crazy. I don't give a shit. Honestly, you live once, right? It's like when I die, what am I gonna do? Clutch all onto my fucking money? That's why sociopaths and people who just clutch onto their money annoys me. Because there are so many people whose lives could be improved because we live in a monetary system. So it just annoys me. Yeah, Julia. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, so cool. I'm going to go. But thank you so much for watching. I really do blab on. But I will be getting... Oh, another thing, I really have to say sorry. I've not been able to share videos or photos with San Francisco because transferring it over and editing and getting it on, I literally had no time in San Francisco. I was being pulled in every direction. But I will be getting it all to you in the next few days. I'm working really, really hard, balancing my family on this and jet lag. So, but don't worry, you'll be getting the photos and everything. I just thank you for your patience. I'm uploading in a minute on Patreon a street performance I took part in, and it'll be going live like literally tomorrow. Not live, it'll be going for everyone else tomorrow soon. Oh, thank you, Sarah. But I worry because you're supporting us with money. I'm like, I gotta give them content, otherwise they're gonna. I've gotta give them, you know, because it's like I see it as almost like it's like a contract, or I see it as Well, I see it as like you're my employer, if I'm honest with you, because if you don't pay us, we don't pay our rent. Yeah. You are literally, when I say we can't survive without you, I think you think that we're spending money on silly things at the moment, like cameras. We're spending money on rent to live. And if you see my house, yeah, and then travel, taxis, getting to the venues, getting to do the speeches. So that's where the money's going. It's going on, half of it's going on expenses and the rest is going on living. Oh, thank you. Oh, I really mean it. You reassure me. I get some trolls as well with this. And this is the thing, the people who employed me, they're not used to negative comments online. I said, look, I've had rape threats. I've had death. Yeah, I have. People saying you should die, you should be ashamed of yourself, you should go kill yourself. Which isn't death threats, but for me it's enough because considering they know that I'm autistic and suicidal, and they've used that against me because I've opened up again about it, it's triggered me so much to points where I've wanted to hide. And I was saying to them, you know, you are employing someone with a huge online community, so get used to some negative comments, because I have to. Not to seem cold-hearted, but I have to. Otherwise they win. And that's setting no examples to anyone. If I just go off and hide. because, oh God, they do say I've got aluminium in my brain and I'm pathologized and I am attention seeking, and this is why these are the ones that hurt the most. Are you ready? Those ones don't really hurt above me. The ones that hurt the most are this. I've been following you for a while. I used to love you and your work and your content and your message. I used to find you inspiring. However, the more I've watched you and the more I come to see you in different ways and different I've come to the conclusion that you are self-victimizing, egotistical, self-focused, that you don't care for the community, you only care about your self-gain. That you embarrass me. This is the one that hurt the most. I showed you to my son who's autistic, and he said, Mummy, stop, she's embarrassing me. It's like she's acting and phony. And I agreed with him. I don't say this to hurt you, the person says. Passive aggressiveness. I say it because I'm genuinely concerned with the direction of your platform. And I get that every week. They think they're being really clever, thinking I've never heard this insult before. But what they really, it's anger veiled loosely behind a mask of concern. What they really want to say is this: I hate you and everything you're doing. I think you're acting, I don't think you're autistic at all. I'm not happy that you're gaining this attention and this traction. I don't actually know why, and I can't put my finger on it. So I just give them a read. I just read them like I just did then, which is, okay, you're hurting. And for some reason, instead of seeing this as a good thing, my visibility is hurting you. So often there's a bit of jealousy in there, so I will never understand it. And then that hurts me less and less. That's how I've developed a thicker skin. That doesn't exist, by the way, the thicker skin thing. That's bullshit. Yeah, you just, I just try to understand their hurting too. And I'm just getting the anger of it. It sucks. I'm getting the brunt of it. You know? So, like I say, thank you for being my little safe space, because the people who are paying and crowdfunding, they don't lash out. And that's quite vital for me. And it's not like I need an echo chamber. It's just I need a place where I'm not going to get criticised, quite frankly, in a very hurtful way. Constructive criticism is great. But calling me all those nasty things. You will have noticed I don't post as much on Facebook, and it's a shame, but I'm on here more now because I feel safer. And until I get used to being publicly visible, I will be jumping in here quite a bit for these little one-to-ones, if that's okay, you know? I know they can be quite intense and boring and me, but it's like my own little diary of this really weird journey that I'm about to go on. I've just had an email come in, let's see. I've got a conference as well. Peugeot. I met a guy called Daniel in San Francisco, and Peugeot, the car, because he's American, he said, have you heard of Peugeot? And I was like, you know the car. And I was like, Peugeot. And like, he's just the cutest, and we had a good little laugh about it. He said, great to meet you, here's a link on. He sent me a link about a book that he liked. So sweet. We made some great connections. Oh, I got some exciting news to you as well. Twitter were there. They spoke right before me. And the guy at Twitter said to me, he's going to go to the head of Twitter. Not like the head of a department. The head of Twitter. And I was like, yeah. Yeah, you do that. You do that. And he's like, and we'll get you flown out. You can talk to him. And I was like, and inside I was like, hallelujah. And I was thinking, first thing I'm going to do is ask for a big fee, because most of that fee will go on my son's plane ticket. The plane tickets are like $3,000 a ticket. So if I have like $4,000, I'll get one, because it'll go on Frank. But it'll be so worth it, because I'm desperate to bring Frank with me. Does it remind you of how you decompress? Great, Sarah. Yeah, a lot of autistics will process verbally. So that's why I talk. Be like, oh, these people got attention deficit. Not necessarily. Sometimes it's often how we process. A lot of people will process this internally. I can come up with ideas. It's like I'm having a conversation with myself, because speaking internally is very different. When you speak outside, you're using a whole different system. Lips, tongue, mouth. It coordinates a whole different system, and it limits actually the way that you think, because you have to think through semantics, words. There's only so many of them. So it's a great way to process things and make it more simplified, because language is only, there's only so much within your head. You can think visually, auditory, sensory, or that's the, like, oh, I can't. So if you streamline it, some people find it good to write or play music. Ours is just the same. It's just as valid. It just does people's heads in sometimes, Sarah. My Uncle John, bloody hell. He would waffle on for ages because he was one of us, undiagnosed autistic. He's died now, though. Ugh, I really need to get my LinkedIn sorted. This is the thing. I'm not a business person. I don't know what I'm doing with it. Rare booking confirmation for what? Oh, awesome. For the arts festival. Cool. Good. Train line booking. Ah, it's got so many changes. It's like a 3-hour journey. And then the hotel that we're staying at. Cool. Cool. Right. So that's in April. So these things are being booked for us. That's great. We're doing all this unpaid again. So much that we're doing unpaid. But this is for the community. I will always do work for the community unpaid. Let me make that clear. So it's only like corporates and businesses and conferences that I ask for a fee. Whenever the autistic community need me, all I ask for is that if they can help towards the cover of the travel. When I've got my own money, I won't even need that. But no, I will do it always for free. So the speech is never been for free, or for heavily, like as in like 40 quid. Yeah? But no, the people with the money, they can pay me. I'm not gonna make my community, and they can pay me so that I can get to the community, and they don't need to pay me. Yeah, AIM Autistic Pride Picnic. Yeah, no, this is the one after, but I am going to be there. The AIM Autistic Pride Picnic is the week before, and my little lad's going to be there too. So my son Frank's going to be there at that one. So you're going to be there, are you, Leo? Awesome, I'll meet you there. Have I met you before, Leo? I'm recognising your picture and your name. You're a poet. I think maybe I've seen some of your stuff, perhaps. Because I'm recognising the profile picture there. Okay, cool. I'm gonna get going. Can you say I've picked up the San Fran accent ever so slightly? Me and Liam had. Liam went, sir? I was like, because we're both very acalalic autistics. So yeah. Anyway, my loves, thank you for this one-to-one, which Glenn pointed out as a manifesto. I go so deep. By the way, when you talk to me, this is just general tit chat. This is just how I talk. So I'm like, if you hire autistics to basically do something they love, it's 24/7 for them. It's not a job. You know? So it's a passion. Well, it is a job. It feels like work sometimes. But yes, thank you, Glenn, for pointing out. I'll rewatch it back tomorrow to see what exactly I've pledged. And I need to write it down. Pledge number 1, pledge number 2, pledge number 3, pledge number 4, pledge number 5, pledge number 6. Alright then, honeys, I'm off now. See you later. Look, I picked up the San Francisco accent. Was that good or was it bad? Because that's all it took. It only took me 5 days. And then I was thinking, do you want potato chips or do you want some hot? Alright, I gotta think about what I'm gonna say. Let me think. What should I say? What should I say? Let me think. What should I say? No, I can't do it. I'm going private live on Patreon. No, I can't do it when I read. Let me think. One sec. Okay, one sec. Let me think. I can't do it when there's no audience watching me. Sorry. When people are like, you could be an actor, I'm like, no, I couldn't. I can't act. Ooh, no. I can be myself in front of an audience, that's fine, but I couldn't act. So, would you like some tomato sauce on those hot fries, or was that okay there for you, honey? Mm-hmm. No, I think that's just shit now. Alright, then I'm off. See ya. I hope there's no Americans watching this. If there's any Americans watching this, I'm so sorry. If you're San Francisco, if you're a San Franciscarian, then I'm even more sorry because that's not even what you're called. That's like, you know, like a San Franciscan, like a fish. I like San Franciscarian more. It kind of rolls off the tongue more. San Franciscarian. What are they called? San Franciscans? That's shit. I'm a San Franciscan. No. I'm a San Franciscarian. I'm a San Franciscan. No, that's easier actually. Yeah, San Franciscan's easier. Damn it, they were right with the San Franciscan. No, I still want to say Ciscarian. And I'm going to go, do you ever stim over words? I'm stimming over the words now.